Introduction. Many of the foreign travelers, traders, missionaries, and civil servants who came to India in the 18th and 19th centuries have left accounts of their experiences. Foreign travelers. Travelers, no? Passengers, visitors. Next, traders, businessmen. Missionaries. Missionaries, no? Religious missions. சமய பரப்பு குழுவினர். Example, that convert Hindu to Christian missions. Next one, civil servants. பணியாளர்கள். Who came to India in the 18th and 19th centuries. They came to India and left accounts, no, some of the informations and their experiences were given in the source of data, travel accounts or documents, and their impressions of various parts of country. To know the events of modern period, we have abundant sources at the international, national and regional level. In the accounts itself, we know the international records, national level records and the regional level records also. Okay. Sources of modern India. Sources means documents, records or evidence. In Tamil word, ஆதாரங்கள். Sources of modern India. The sources for the history in the old history, sources of modern India help us to know the political, socio-economic and cultural developments in the country. In the past informations itself, we know the political status, socio-economic and cultural development in the country. From the every beginning, the Portuguese, the Dutch, the French, the Danes and the English recorded their official transactions in India on state papers. The Portuguese Dutch French relationship, every relationship and that official transactions entered in the form of records. Well prescribed records are very valuable to know about their relations in India. In the past records itself, we know the country's relationship. The Archives Act, Lisbon, Goa, Pondicherry and Madras were literally storehouses of precious historical information. That archives means the storehouse of records. Storehouse of records. So, what were the places located on the storehouses? Lisbon, Goa, Pondicherry and Madras. All these sources must, however, be critically evaluated before they are used for historical writing. In this information itself, we know the valuable informations. Okay. Kinds of sources. We can write history with the help of sources like written sources and material sources. Written sources, example for documents, records, diaries, travel accounts, and manuscripts. Material sources, for example, buildings, architecture, coins, and photos. Okay. Written sources. After the advent of the printing press, numerous books were published in different languages. The printing press came after the large number of books were published. Hence, people began to acquire knowledge easily in the fields like art, literature, history, and science. People gather information from the art, literature, history, and science. The Europeans came to know about the immense wealth of India. இந்தியாவில் செல்வம் அதிகமாக இருக்கிறது. From the account of Marco Polo and similar sources. Marco Polo wrote his diary about India's wealth. The wealth of India attracted Europeans to this country. So, Indian wealth is attracted for the Europeans. See the picture? He was Anandarangam. He was a famous person in Tamil history. Anandarangam is the name to consider within the annals of Tamil history. He was a famous in Tamil history. He was a Dibas. Dibas means translator in Pondicherry. To assist French trade in India. He helped to French trade in India. He recorded the events that took place in French India. His diaries contain the daily events from 1736 to 1760, which are the only written secular record available during that period. So, in that period, 1736 to 1760, every day, every event also written in his diary. His diaries reveal his profound capacity for political judgment and is the most valuable source of history. So, in this diary also, one of the most valuable source in the history. Written sources include literatures, we know, இலக்கண இலக்கியங்கள், travel accounts, diaries, autobiographies, pamphlets. Pamphlets means a small booklets, tundu prachar, government documents, and manuscripts. Manuscripts, you know, handwritten works. கையெழுத்து பிரதிகள் in Tamil word. Okay. Archives. This is the place where historical documents are preserved. Preserved means maintained in its original or existing state. The National Archives of India is located in New Delhi. Listen, write short note on archives. This is one of the 2 mark questions.
This is the place where historical documents are preserved. Storing important documents, data, and evidences are saved in the archives. The National Archives of India is located in New Delhi. What is the full form of NAI? The National Archives of India. Where is located NAI? NAI is located in New Delhi. Okay. This is the chief storehouse of the record of the Government of India. It has main source of information for understanding past administrative machinery as well as guide to present and future generations related to all matters. That past information gathering now, we know the past administrative machinery as well as to guidance for the future generations. Okay. It contains authentic evidence for knowing the political, social, economic, cultural, and scientific life and activities of the people of India. It is one of the largest archives in Asia. The New Delhi Archives is largest archives in Asia. Okay, Asia is one of the largest continent. Listen, this is one of the one mark question. Do you know? George William Ferris can rightly be called as the father of National Archives of India. Who is the father of National Archives of India? George William Ferris. We called the father of National Archives of India. Okay. Tamil Nadu Archives. The Madras Record Office, presently known as Tamil Nadu Archives, is located in Chennai. Listen, what is the full form of TNA? Tamil Nadu Archives. Where is located TNA? TNA is located in Chennai. The Madras Record Office is recently called as a name of TNA. Okay. It is one of the oldest and largest document repositories in southern India. Which is the oldest and largest document repositories in southern India? Tamil Nadu Archives is one of the oldest and largest document repositories in southern India. The most of the records in the Tamil Nadu Archives are in English. Here, most of the records written in the English language. Noted this point. The collections include series of administrative records in Dutch, Danish, Persian, and Marathi. Few documents are in French, Portuguese, Tamil, and Urdu. The collection records arranged in the order of Dutch, Danish, Persian, and Marathi. But few of them It followed in the language French, Portuguese, Tamil and Urdu. Okay. See the picture. What is this? This is a Tamil Nadu Archives. Where is located Tamil Nadu Archives? It is located in Chennai. Then it is the largest and oldest document repositories in southern India. Okay. Tamil Nadu Archives has 1642 volumes of touch records which relate to Cochin and Coromandel Coast. These records cover the period from 1657 to 1845. Here, most of the touch records maintained in the Tamil Nadu Archives. The period covered from 1657 to 1845. The Dandian records cover the period from 1777 to 1845. Okay. Dotwell prepared with great effort and the first issue of the calendar of Madras Records was published in 1917. Who prepared the first calendar? Dotwell prepared the first calendar. Dotwell. When did he publish? He published the first calendar in the year 1917. He was highly interested in encouraging historical researchers. He opened a new chapter in the history of Tamil Nadu Archives. Dotwell interested in the historical researchers. Thereafter, he opened a new chapter in the history of Tamil Nadu Archives. Okay. See the picture. What is this? It is St. David Fort, located in Kadalur.